Uh, we back. We back. Yep, we back. 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 Y'all thought that was funny? Y'all thought that was funny? Y'all thought that was funny, huh? Y'all thought that was funny. Y'all thought that was funny. I'm funny. I'm funny. I ain't know my music was bumping like that though. Shit, that shit was fire. Why? It was fire. I ain't know we was bumping like. Huh. Somebody said, "What do you record on?" What do you mean on? What do you mean, my camera? Oh, this the iPhone 25. This the iPhone 25. Yeah, I know I had that plug, huh? On the iPhone 25. Recording on my iPhone 25. What's good, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Excuse me. Excuse me. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, y'all. Listen. I'm going to get back to what I was talking about. I'm going to get back to what I was talking about because what I was talking about was facts. The first thing I was talking about was, listen, baby, let's get into it. Today's live is about the seduction of money. And I've been talking about this the past couple of days, but I'm going to really break this down for you in a way that you can understand. So, what if I told you the key to attracting the very things that you want in life is to seduce it? Like, I think that when I really break this down, I think you're going to be like, wow, what if I told you the key to attracting anything you want in life, money, a new job, a new opportunity, is to seduce it into your life? And when I say seduce it into your life, I don't mean it needs to be into a sexual energy. No. What I think it means to seduce the opportunities that you want into your life, I think it means to use energy to its highest level, using a mix of energy and psychology to influence the very thing that you want to come into your life. You see, it's like putting out a net, and a net that is charged by your electromagnetic field, your aura, and then your net that you put out based off of how high and vibrational your energy is going to attract the things that radiate with that energy. You see, I feel like what stops most people from being successful is the fact that they don't understand that this is a mental and an energy game. You see, basketball, chess, all these games requires you to move physically, but the key to winning is spiritual and mental, and that is very much life. Everybody in life, most people in life are coming in this game giving physical energy, and that's how you play the game. But how you win the game is by spiritual and mental energy. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that if you continuously chase something, you inevitably chase it away. There are laws to things. There is a human nature to people. Like, for example, if you put certain people in a situation, they may become envious. It's human nature. People who are from where you're from and see you doing better than them, it's human nature that they're going to get jealous. But if you are aware of human nature and you are aware of how people would react to things or how people will respond to things, you can learn how to protect yourself based off of how people will respond. Because you're smart enough to know people's next step. That's called playing chess in life. There's a book called How to Play the Game of Life, The Game of Life and How to Play or How to Win It by Florence something, right? And that really makes me think that some people really don't know how to play the game of life. And the game of life requires you to be energetically the person that you want to be. Energetically carry yourself as soul. Honestly, play pretend until it becomes real, because pretend is how you make things real. It's the imagination. SpongeBob wasn't lying when he said, imagine. SpongeBob wasn't lying. SpongeBob was on point. Imagination is literally the key to having anything you want. SpongeBob was manifesting shit in that box. SpongeBob was manifesting shit in that box, whether you are aware of it or not. His imagination took him into other worlds, took him to other experiences. And a lot of y'all don't recognize that your imagination alone could change your life, but you've been manipulated and you've been taught how to not use that imagination. You've been taught that it's just daydreaming. You've been taught that your imagination doesn't do anything. But the thing about it is that when you start to imagine things, people say, get out of your imagination. But then when you see super successful people, you call them a man of imagination. Wow, he has such a big imagination. That's why he succeeds. So I'm telling you right now, your imagination is the key. Let's break down the word imagination. Imagination, I am. I am. The first root of imagination is I am. And what is I am? I am is consciousness. I am is the third eye. You feel me? So when you start tapping into your I am, your consciousness, and you're creating from your mind, you start to create magic. If you look at the word imagination, magic, M-A-G-I is in the word imagination. Listen, man. The more I started to recognize that visualization was such a powerful tool, because your body does not know when something is real or not. Your body does not know the difference between something that is real or not, because guess what? Just like what Morpheus said, if what is real is simply what you hear, smell, taste, and touch, then it is simply the electrical signals being interpreted by your brain. So what that means is that you can imagine yourself hearing in something, and your brain will think that you are actually hearing it. You can imagine yourself seeing something. You can send those electrical currents to your brain for your brain to interpret your life as if you're somewhere that you're not. That's how powerful the brain is. Your brain is able to download a certain reality into your hard drive, and then you update your life and you can live in that reality. That's what your brain is able to do. And let me tell you how society has been attacking your imagination. Society has attacked your imagination with your attention. That's how society attacked your imagination, with your attention. What that means is that if you cannot have focus, if you cannot control your mind, guess what's going to happen? You're not able to hold on to a imagination or a visualization long enough to make it real. Because your mind is so easily distracted that you go here, you go here, you go here, you go here. Excuse me. And if your mind can't focus on one image, you're never going to be able to manifest something, because you have to focus on something for a period of time for it to manifest. So once you learn how to keep your focus, like, have you ever tried to meditate and your mind goes here, here, here? Like, you cannot keep your mind on one thing. That's how you know you don't have control over your mind yet. Until you're able to control your own focus and you're able to control where your mind goes, you don't have control over your mind yet. And something else is controlling it. Another thing I want to say too is some of y'all go unconscious. Some of y'all will literally, like, you know, when you're driving and you zone out, but your body is still driving perfectly fine, but you recognize that you zoned out. That was you going unconscious. Now, your body is also smart enough to have its own memory, so it takes over. But some of the memories that your body has stored isn't a memory that you want to be taken over. For example, your body is used to getting triggered and irritable at 3 o'clock and is used to feeling lack at the end of the month because your bills are coming up. Some of y'all, every end of the month, you stress out. And your body starts to pick up on those emotions and starts to store it as a memory. So now It is hardwired and programmed at the end of every month to stress out. That's what your body is literally programmed to do, to stress out. You get what I'm saying? And this is why I keep telling y'all, like, the more you focus on, like, let's just get into my teaching. Let's just get into my teaching, okay? So, this teaching that I'm about to break down today, I already taught this before, but I'm going to teach it again for the people that weren't in that specific class or that specific video. This breakdown is also in my mystery school. It's also in my magnetism class, and it's also in my seduction of money. But I decided to give this one to y'all for free because I felt like I did such an amazing job. I had to show it off. All right. So this right here is a teaching that I did on my magnetism class and on my seduction of money class about energy architecture, mastering your energy and meridian points and reality transurfing to open new opportunities. So this is not no little spiritual bullshit. This is not me telling you, yes, open your chakras. And I mean, yeah, that is what I'm telling you. But this is based off of actual science. This is not me telling you just feel good shit that'll make you feel good right now, but has no truth. This is law. It changed my life, y'all. It changed my life. And I told people earlier today, I got over 2 to 3 businesses that have already hit 6 figures. You get what I'm saying? I have 3 cars. Listen, man. 3-bedroom house, like I'm living. And all I did was learn the true power of myself, and I started to recognize why they hide this wisdom. Because if people knew how powerful they really are, they wouldn't look to the outside world for validation. And guess what? Society can't profit off of you if you're not looking to the outside world for validation, if you're not looking to materialism to feel better about yourself. So that's why they don't want you to know this. Because the moment that you become aware that life is coming from you, you have taken back the controller from all of the programs that they have instilled in you. The school systems have instilled programs within you to listen to other people, to obey other people, to look to validation for other people, to look for approval to other people. You get me? You get what I'm saying? Somebody said, Lex said, I remember when you were in 2020, that's when I found your videos and I've seen your growth. Thank you so much. Listen, man. I love that y'all are able to learn from what I'm talking about. So let's get into it. First part, mastering energy in meridian points. So listen, let me tell you what a meridian point is. A meridian point is basically a place within your body where energy converges, like energy points meet. But I'm going to get deeper into that. What I want y'all to do is if this starts to resonate with you or you feel like you're learning something, go ahead and leave a follow and leave a like. If you're on TikTok, make sure you guys subscribe, okay? All right, so boom. In Reality Transurfing, that's the book that I studied in order to get all of this information. So guess what? Go ahead and go get that book. I don't make no money off of that. I'm just putting y'all on to what I've been studying, and you may learn something new from it. So, in Reality Transurfing, Vadim Zeland explores the idea that we are not passive participants in the world around us, but active creators in our own reality. Until you finally take responsibility for the fact that everything that has happened in your life is your fault, you're never going to be able to create the things that you do want in life. Everything that I have in my life is not by luck. I physically and mentally created it through thought, through words, through action, through emotion, through visualization. Intentionally. Okay? So let's keep going. All right? One of the most powerful tools in the transurfing framework is the concept of energy, how we manage, how we control. Let me see if I can zoom this in a little bit so y'all can see this. Let me see if I can zoom this in a little bit. Sorry, y'all. I know the words look small and shit. That should look better. All right. Boom. So, how we manage, control, and direct our energy to influence the external world. This control over our energy allows us to tap into new opportunities, expand our influence, and align with the flow of life, enabling us to shape our desires into reality. Let me tell you something. You ever seen the video of Michael Jackson when he just stood there and everybody was like, You ever watch that video? Like, you know Michael Jackson was born on the 29th, and today's the 29th. Do you now see why I'm teaching this? 11 is one of the numbers that I say are really good people at really good at having aura, really good at having a magnetism. Michael Jackson was able to stand there in a strict pose, and niggas was fainting. They was fainting. You get what I'm saying? What I'm trying to get you to understand is that Michael Jackson had a lot of energy, and it was also within his birthday. His birthday was August 29th. 29, 2 plus 9 is 11. If you're born on the 11th, if you're born on the 20th, if you're born on the 29th, you have a lot of energy. And that's why you get so emotional. Your emotions are also energy. You have so much energy. And guess what? If you don't know how to direct your energy could work against you. You could have too much energy for your body and freaking go crazy because you don't know how to. For example, if you are super emotional, your emotions can lead you out of whack. But if you're working out and you're using this emotional energy and you're channeling it and you're using it, guess what? You stay calm. You stay balanced. You feel me? So let's keep going. The power of energy in reality transurfing. In reality transurfing, energy is not just a physical force, but a multidimensional, intangible presence that flows through our lives. Zealand describes the flow of energy as critical for navigating through different lifelines in a space of variations. So what this means is different lifelines means different timelines. You see, the very thing that you want is already existing in a different timeline. You just have to jump to that timeline by becoming that version of you that thinks in that way, make the decisions as that version, and you're naturally gonna snap into frequency. It's almost like a walkie-talkie. I can be on that same walkie-talkie and we could be on 2 different channels and you don't even hear me. You'll think that I'm not there. You'll think I'm not even by the walkie-talkie. But the moment that we get on the same frequency, we can hear each other perfectly. This is the example that I want you to use when it comes to you and your manifestation. Your manifestation exists. That version of you exists. You're just not on the right frequency like a walkie-talkie to hear it, to connect with it. Is that making sense? Is that making sense? All right, let's keep going. So, our ability to control and focus our energy determines which lifeline we align with and thus which reality we manifest. Every time you make a decision out of lack, you become the lack version of you more and more and more. Every time that you tell yourself, oh, I don't want to buy it, it's too much. You have to think about life as forking roads like a timeline. Every time you make a decision, you get more and more pushed to different timelines. If every time you make a decision, it is out of lack, you only become the lack version of you more and more and more. And just like the movie Everything Everywhere All at Once, the moment that you make a decision outside of the norm in that timeline, you hop into a new one. Are y'all hearing me? Is this making sense? Drop the number 29 if this making sense. How do we get on the frequency? Don't worry, I'm about to break it down. Listen, all I want you to do is I need you to commit to listening to what I am teaching you today and commit to being open-minded to it. I need everybody to tell me that I commit to being open-minded to this information because I believe this information single-handedly started to change my life. Real talk. No exaggeration. No exaggeration. So let's continue going. So, our ability to control and focus our energy, let me break that down. Our ability to control. So that means you got to stop letting mom get you upset. That means you got to stop letting the coworker piss you off. That means you got to stop letting little things just easily get you irritable because you're the type of person where if you can't plug your charger in correctly, if you gonna keep on, you're gonna mess up your life because you're always easily reacting to the negative things in life. But then when something positive comes in your life, you give it no mind for real. You act like you're lucky. Like, oh, I just got lucky. No, you have to learn how to starve your doubt, starve the negativity, and feed the positive energy. You get what I'm saying? So let's continue. Energy in this context is a conscious force. Zealand suggests that the more harmoniously we align with our energy and intentions, the more we are able to influence and create opportunities that resonate with our desires. However, mismanagement of this energy can lead to dissonance, creating blockages and preventing us from achieving our true potential. You ever had moments in your life where you just felt like you were in flow, everything was going your way? It's like you could not lose. Do you know that is called momentum? And do you know momentum is what helps you win? And momentum is a energy. Momentum is something that you cannot see, but it can be felt. That's the thing. You have to stop thinking that if you can't see it, it's not real. Ooh, hold on. You have to stop thinking that if you cannot see it, it's not real. That's the problem. That's the problem. Let me explain something to you. Talent hits a target that nobody can hit. Genius hits a target that nobody can see. Genius hits a target that nobody can see. So you want to be a genius amongst the people around you? Learn how to see the things that are unseen. Learn how to read between the lines. Learn how to feel the subtle energy. Learn how to become so conscious you can feel the energy vibrating around your skin. Let's finish. So, learn how to control your energy. Learn how to control your responses. Don't always, so every time you respond to someone who's trying to push your buttons, you are literally feeding an energy vampire. And you have to become aware that there are people who like to do reactive abuse, which means that they will make you react to something, and then the moment you react, they turn into a victim and they sucked up all your energy. You ever argued with someone and it was so stupid, it was so negative, and you felt so tired afterwards? You wasted your energy. You gave it away. What I want you to say is, I take my power back from anybody and anything that has taken it without my permission. I take my power back from anyone and anything that has taken it without my permission. I take my power back from anyone and anything that has taken it without my permission. I take my power back. Some of y'all have given y'all power away because you always thinking about what happened in the past and who fucked you over, who did you wrong, who did this, who did that. Every time you continuously think about the past, your energy is no longer in the present. And let me tell you something about being magnetic. To be magnetic means to be very present in this moment. You ever looked at somebody's eyes and could tell that they just was not here? The lights are on, but nobody's home. You ever seen that? That's when you know somebody is not present. Come on now. Let's get into it. Meridian points. The key to unlocking energy. One of the more mystical aspects of reality transurfing is the concept of meridian points, which are linked to the flow of energy within the human body. These points are intersections where different channels of energy converge, often corresponding to areas where physical, emotional, and mental forces meet. Your gut, your stomach. A lot of y'all don't know one reason why your energy is not as big as it needs to be, and the way that you can tell your energy is not as big as it needs to be is your energy levels. When you do something, are you instantly tired afterwards? Are you always feeling like, oh, I don't want to get up? Like you're always trying to go back to the bed? You're sluggish. If you don't have the energy or the drive to do what you need to do, that means that your energy is leaking. I bet you didn't know that. I bet you didn't know that. You know when your car is messing up, but you don't know exactly what it is. It's like it's making a sound. That's what your body is doing right now. And I'm helping you diagnose yourself. Your energy is leaking if you feel overly lazy, if you feel overly sluggish. It's leaking. It is, my love. And the only way you're going to be able to bring that energy back is you're going to have to start meditating. You're going to have to start working out, and you're going to have to start changing your foods, because guess what? If you have too much air into your gut, you have a lack of clarity within your mind, and the mind and the gut is connected. Your gut needs to be clean in order for you to hear it. Your gut needs to be clean in order for you to generate, your gut needs to be clean in order to generate confidence. If your gut is disgusting, remember your gut, I think that's the sacral or the solar plexus. Those two chakras alone is where your creativity comes from. Those two chakras alone is where your swagger comes from. And if your gut is filled with toxins, guess what? That meridian point, that chakra point is not flowing like it needs to. Sacral, thank you, my love. Thank you, babes. Thank you. All right. So In traditional Eastern philosophy, such as acupuncture or Reiki, meridian points are seen as key to balancing energy within the body. Zealand uses a similar concept, suggesting that by focusing on and enhancing these energetic intersections, we can improve our ability to navigate and influence reality. You want to know how I'm able to influence you right now? All day, every day, all I do is focus on my energy. Like, guys, I just left the beach. So right now, I really got good energy. I was just listening to the water, to the waves. Every time I get on this live, I make sure that I tune my energy to a good frequency to be able to attract lots of people. So the things that you want require you to tune yourself to the right frequency in order to have it. How do I tune myself? Is by your practices. Your practices, your routine is what creates success. That's the difference between the wealthy and the regular. Wealthy people are crazy about their routines. I asked this man, his name was Jet, worth over $100 million. I sat down with him and I said, Jet, multi-millionaire, one of my mentors. I said, Jet, what has helped you break through? Rituals. He said rituals. And I didn't understand. I was 23 years old. I didn't understand. I'm 25 now. I didn't understand what the fuck you mean rituals. What the fuck does that mean? Like I get it, but like I didn't get it till now, until I realized how much when I have a ritual and I miss out on one part of the ritual, how much it actually affects me. If I don't start my day working out, my day is not as powerful. I'm probably more irritable. If I don't start my day with my meditation, I probably don't. A morning meditation keeps me in alignment with the frequency. The morning meditation is almost like a stretch that keeps my legs and my bones and my joints and my body open. But the moment I don't do it, my body gets tense. I can't manifest as much. I hope this is making sense. So let's get back. Excuse me. When these energetic points are balanced and aligned, they allow energy to flow freely, which allows us to have a heightened sense of awareness, power, and potential. The reason why awareness is so powerful is because when you go unconscious, you went back to the program that controls you. If there are moments when you're like, man, I don't know what happened. I don't know how I lost. I don't know how I lost myself. I don't know how I forgot. I don't know how I fell off. You fell off because you became unconscious somewhere down the line. Maybe you started doom scrolling again. Maybe you started talking, gossip again and didn't recognize, because your body has its own habits that you have to become more aware. You have to become more aware and conscious than your body. Because if you're not more aware and conscious than your body is going to go back to do it to what it knows. For example, you ever told yourself, I'm going to stay off the phone, and then you kept picking it up and you had to be like, whoa, put it down. You had to consciously tell yourself, put it down. Because this is basically like when you're learning to improve yourself and reinvent yourself, it's almost like learning something new, learning a new instrument. When you're learning a new instrument, you have to consciously tell yourself, okay, right hand, left hand, right hand. When you're driving, you have to consciously tell yourself, okay, turn right, turn here, turn here. But when you master it, your body already knows. So you have to learn how to be the rich version of yourself and practice it so much that you no longer have to consciously think about it. That's mastery. That's mastery. All right. So let's continue. Zealand explains that consciously activating and maintaining these meridian points, we can enhance our ability to manifest desired outcomes. This process requires tuning into specific centers of energy, whether it be through mindfulness, focused attention, or physical practice. You got to learn how to control your energy. You got to learn how to control your energy. This is my seduction of money one. You got to learn how to control your energy. Another thing. Let's talk about having you being treated as royalty. How many of y'all want to be treated as royalty? How many of y'all are tired of people disrespecting you and not respecting your presence? They waste your time. When they tell you, oh, we finna make plans, they cancel on you. It's like they just don't respect you. How many of y'all are tired of that? Not being respected. How many of y'all are tired of people making you feel small or you feeling small within yourself? Let me tell you how you do this. If you act and carry yourself like a king or a queen, people will treat you as so. And let me give you an example. I know this sounds too good to be true. Let me say, I'm going to be real, very smart with my words. You charge too cheap. You ask life of so little, and you wonder why, when you get it, you're not satisfied. You ask life of too little. Life will pay you exactly what you ask for. And a lot of y'all think, well, I did ask for it. I said I want $1 million, baby. Just because you said it. Remember, the universe doesn't act off of just what you say. It acts off of your energy and what your energy says. Your mouth can say a lot of things. A lot of people say a lot of things, but their energy and their actions is not equating to what they're saying. So what they're saying is not congruent to where they really are in their energy and who they are. You feel me? So let me teach you something in business. Let me teach you a psychology trick in business, because business is really psychology. Let me teach you a psychology trick in business. If you go to a job, right? And when they ask you, well, how much do you want to get paid? And you ask for a big number. Now, don't go crazy. You know what I'm saying? But ask for a big number. Even though these people may not give you the number that you're asking for, they will respect you more because you asked for it. And I'm going to give you a story in history, because I love to use history to validate what I'm talking about. If you tell a business, hey, I need $100,000 a year, and they're like, whoa, that's a lot. I cannot give you $100,000 a year. Don't think that just because they can't give you $100,000 a year, they don't respect you. The fact that you ask for that much boldly, they start to feel like, damn, this person must know what they talking about to ask for that much, because ain't no way somebody who don't know what they doing gonna ask for that much. Ain't no way. And you're gonna get respect for that. You're gonna get respect when you ask for a lot out of people. People will respect when you ask for a lot out of them. I'm telling you. So a lot of y'all who got businesses, stop trying to make your prices affordable. Because the more you keep making your prices affordable, you're going to attract cheap people, free people. I don't want to attract free people. I don't want to attract cheap people. That's why my classes are the price that it is. Because I know free people and cheap people are not going to be the ones to absorb the information that I'm giving them because of their mentality. A lack mentality can only accept a certain level of knowledge and wisdom, because the lack will get in the way before they're able to even see what can happen. Another thing I want to tell you too is Christopher Columbus literally acted like a rich person and was able to marry into a rich family, all because of how he acted. They didn't even know that he came from poverty. He acted like he was rich, got married into a rich family, and then asked that rich family to invest in him, and made connections with the rich family's friends, and had people literally invest in him into a business that he wasn't even educated in or qualified, and made so much money from it, all because he carried himself as so. That's why they tell you dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have. Cheap people, stay away from it, okay? So, this is the seduction of money. To wield power is to understand magnetism. To command attention is to embody a presence that feels both inevitable and untouchable. In the grand stage of life, as outlined by the masters of seduction and reality, the key is not to chase, but to pull. To become a gravitational force so irresistible that others orbit you without knowing why. This is success. This is money. People who work hard for money make the least amount of money. Look at the construction workers. Look at the teachers. Look at the nurses. They are not millionaires, and they work the hardest. So again, do you think working hard was really the answer? You have to have a work ethic, yes. You have to have a work ethic. But a lot of y'all, it's not y'all work ethic because y'all would work hard. you don't have the mentality to believe in yourself to start working hard to begin with. Most people are not going to work towards $1,000,000, even though they have such a powerful work ethic. They're not going to work towards something that they don't believe in. So again, let me ask you, do you really think it's hard work? Do you really think it's hard work? Exactly. Thank you. What you need to do, the hard work is becoming the version of you that becomes such a gravitational force and so irresistible that opportunities and other people orbit around you without knowing why. And that's called becoming the sun. That's called becoming the sun. The son of God. The sun Ra. The sun. The Leo. Becoming the sun. Having such bright energy that everybody else needs to orbit you just for their energy to be raised up. You want to become a beacon for energy. And that's one thing I want to tell you. When you have higher energy than everybody else in the room, everybody else will become influenced by you. It's just natural. It's just natural. It's almost like if there's a tree with lots of fruits, everybody's going to come to that tree. Okay? All right. Royalty, as history teachers, is not simply a title. It is a state of being. Christopher Columbus understood this well. Despite humble beginnings, he carried himself with the airs of a monarch, negotiating with sovereigns as if their approval was a mere formality. What he meant is he carried himself as he was rich and acted as if you are supposed to invest into me. You get what I'm saying? He did not beg, he declared. You see, some of y'all beg, and you begging is not attractive. That's why I told you money is like you got to seduce it. And ain't nothing seductive about a begging ass nigga. Ain't nothing seductive about a can I get a hug? Ain't nothing seductive about it. You feel me? He did not submit. He dictated terms as though he already stood on equal footing. And what was the result? Kings and queens opened their coffers to fund his dreams. Entranced by their sheer audacity of his conviction, he was so convinced he was going to be successful that he influenced the rich to invest in him. This nigga. I'm just saying. Eventually, he married into nobility, solidifying his place among the elite, a man who climbed the ranks not by birthright, but by force of his unyielding self-image. Guys, this is the seduction of money. This is what I teach. This is what I teach. And a lot of people don't know that this right here is the key to becoming rich. You want to know what's the difference? Why some people just seem to be always winning, and some people look like they can't catch a break. Some people look like they just got terrible luck, and then some people look like they just got God on their side. What is it? It's this. It's energy. It's understanding the God within them. Listen, y'all. I have a sale going on today before December ends. And this sale has both my magnetism class and my seduction of money class together. Let me tell you why this is important. If you are a person where you are sick and tired of life beating you the fuck up, if it feels like you are literally life's bitch, like life is not your bitch, you're life's bitch, there needs to be a change, because it's simply the way that you think. You are a person that thinks that life is beating you up or life is doing stuff to you. You have taken on a victim mentality without even becoming aware of it. You have taken a victim mentality without you even becoming aware of it, because the victim mentality is a program. Think about you like a computer, and the victim program is a virus that's being passed around. And the more people that they can get to accept a victim reality, the more they can make you a employee for their business. The more they can make you a slave to their content. The more they make you consumers. The more they make you controlled. And that's why you have to literally reset your whole hard drive and download what you want on your mental computer. You get what I'm saying? You see, listen, I've The reason why I was able to make my first six figures at the age of 21, 22 was because I had great mentors. I had people that I followed around who was making $400,000 a week, who was making $4 million a month, who was making lots of money. And I learned single-handedly that these people are not smarter than you. They're not smarter than you. They just think differently than you. Because they are not overqualified. Some of y'all are more talented, have better products than these people. You just don't believe in yourself enough. You don't know how to think and grow rich. You don't know how to use your mind. Your mind has been using you. Your mind has gone against you. If you ever watched the TV show Altered Carbon, you'll understand that before you could ever become a master, you have to first break the mind and remake it. David Goggins. If you know about David Goggins, you know about David Goggins. David Goggins is a pure epitome of when you finally break the mind and understand it, you will start to do shit that you didn't even know was possible. But some of y'all have created limitations on your mind without knowing it. Like I was talking to one of my friends and she was like, yeah, I need $3,000 by January. And I'm like, damn, January, that's a long time, girl. I could make $3,000 in a day. And then once I said that to her, you could see her perspective shift. Like, damn, making $3,000 in a day is real. You can do that. But because she was so used to thinking in lack and thinking in limits, she assumed that she needed over a month and some time to make $3,000 when there's people making $1 million in a day. And this is why I keep telling y'all, start thinking bigger. Remember what I said. If you ask for a lot, you may not get the exact amount, but people will respect you more. If you ask for a lot out of life, you may not get exactly what you asked for, but you may get very fucking close to it, all because you had the balls to ask for it. And you'll be surprised at the people who say yes to paying your offer. This is the seduction of money, guys. To command respect, one must first embody it. Speak less, but with deliberation. Move with an elegance that suggests everything is within your grasp, yet nothing is urgent. Let your silence be louder than noise around you. This is learning how to use psychology. This is learning how to seduce money. Money is a woman, and you have to learn the game of seduction to win her. You cannot chase money and think that she's going to... Let me show you right here, right? To understand the seduction of money, one must first grasp that wealth is not merely a transactional exchange, but a manifestation of energy, a magnetic force that responds to the way we direct our inner power and perceptions. Money is not something to be pursued relentlessly through conventional means, but an energy field to be invited into one's life. You see, you've been working the wrong way. You've been working the wrong way. You've been working relentlessly, trying to work hard with matter instead of learning how to use your mind and energy to change matter. If you watch Joe Dispenza, you know what I'm talking about. You feel me? So I'm going to talk to the people that are actually ready to invest in themselves and are no longer accepting that version of themselves that makes them feel like anything that they want to spend on themselves is too much. I'm talking to the people who are ready to make a change. My class today is on sale. The full price of it is $320, but it's on sale today for $280, The Seduction of Money. I teach people about the energy of money. I teach people about, let's talk about it like this, right? One way that you can start to seduce money is by using the element of water. So if you are a water sign, you need to be using water. Let me tell you why I say this, right? So if you look at the way that they talk about money, they say streams of income. They say cash flow. They say currency. They say liquidity. You see, if you weren't aware, you wouldn't recognize the matrix playing a game on you and showing you that money is connected to the element of water. And if you learned how to use the element of water more, you could make more money. For example, remember how I told you don't chase but attract? Let's think about water. Water is a flow. Water is a flow, right? And another thing I want to tell you too is that if you notice, the cities that are around water make the most money. So the first thing that I would tell you in the seduction of money is move to a place near water to make more money. Dubai, Miami, California, Texas. All of these places are surrounded by water. Another thing I want to tell you too is banks. I'm trying to tell you something. But a lot of this information, it goes over people's heads because when you're not, it's like it's right in front of you, but if you're not tuned to see it, it's right above your head. You get what I'm saying? If you're not tuned to see it, you're not going to recognize what it is. For example, if you're born on the 28th, if you're born on the 26th, if you're born on the 8th, if you're born on the 17th, you are meant to make money. And this class is specifically for you. If you are born on the 8th, if you are born on the 17th, if you are a Capricorn, if you are born on the 26th, if you are born on the 28th, you are meant to make money. And in this life, you cannot afford to be poor. If you are poor and you are born on any of those days that I told you, you are out of alignment with your own energy. Bank rolls, exactly. You are out of alignment with your energy. So, the class is $280. It's 2 classes. My magnetism class teaches you how to network. So yeah, understand that in order to make money and in order to seduce money, you need the magnetism. You need to learn how to be able to sell yourself to people. You see, I've had over 4 successful millionaires invest into me. I had Jet, who worked with Tony Robbins. He literally invested into me and gave me tickets to see Tony Robbins. I had one mentor literally put me on private jets, pay for my plane tickets, pay for my food. And it was all because I knew how to sell myself. It was all because I knew how to talk. It was all because I knew how to influence. You see how I'm talking to you right now and you're starting to feel that energy of motivation? You see how when I talk to you, I make you feel something? That is a skill. Somebody said, what if you already have the magnetism class? Then you can get the seduction of money class for $200 then. You get what I'm saying? You need to have the ability to sell yourself. You need to have the ability to network. You need to have the ability to charm people. People with charisma get further because guess what? Knowing the right person can change your life. Having the right mentor can have you skipping so many steps, skipping so many years, and getting to where you need to faster. But the thing is, a lot of people think, oh, I know how to interact with people. I know how to talk to people. No, you don't. No, you don't. If you talk over people when they're telling you things, you don't know how to communicate. If you tune out when people are talking to you about what's going on in their life, you don't know how to communicate. If all you want to do is talk about yourself when you're having a conversation with someone, you don't know how to communicate. If every time somebody else is talking, you're thinking about the next thing you're going to say, you don't know how to communicate effectively, and people can feel that. So no, you're not magnetic. If you zone out, no, you're not magnetic. You haven't learned it yet. Because guess what? You still have that level of narcissism within your life that you don't know how to correctly seduce. Seduction is getting outside of yourself and getting in the other person's shoes. That's called emotional empathy also. When you're able to put yourself in somebody else's shoes and try to live through life from their perspective, that's when you're able to get into their head and really seduce them. When you go to a job, stop telling the job what you want to hear. Tell the people what they want to hear, and that's how you get the job. That's psychology. That's influence. That's magnetism. If I have someone that I want to seduce and I know that this person lives a boring life and they need adventure, I am going to present myself as the most adventurous product that they could ever have because I can be aware. I can become observant. The most seductive people are observant. I'm sorry. I know I'm spitting facts, but the most seductive people are observant. Very observant. They listen. You don't know how to listen. All you want to do is yap, 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 yap. You want to know why you want to yap? Because and let me tell you something. People that are great at this can read this. If all you want to do is yap and talk about yourself, it shows that you have a lack of insecurity and you're searching for validation and you're needy. And people who are needy are not attractive. So that's magnetism. Okay. Now, seduction of money is actually teaching you the energy of money. It's teaching you what makes successful people successful. It teaches you how successful people think. The things that people do that other people don't recognize, that's what's making them successful. For example, successful people are constantly investing in little shit. Like if you became friends with a rich person, you would ask them, why the fuck do you buy every fucking reading? Like, they will literally go on TikTok and buy a reading from every single person on fucking TikTok just to try to figure out as much information about themselves. Like, these people will spend money on anything to figure out more about themselves. You be like, bro, you believe in that? But shit, I'm gonna try it once. Let me see what they say. They'll get a palm reading. They'll get a name reading. They'll get a life path reading. They'll get all these kinds of readings while you're over here harboring your money. Like, no. They're trying to use that money and trying to stretch it as far as possible to see as much as they can get. You're trying to hold on to it, and they're trying to barter it to get more shit. That's the difference. You're trying to hold on to the money, and they're trying to trade it to see what other shit they could get to make more. They're like, bet, I just got $10,000. I'm going to put $5,000 to get a new skill. And then I'm going to collect that skill. And then I'm going to take the money from that. And I'm going to get a new skill. And they just collect information. They buy more and more mentors. They buy more and more masterclass. Like, you would think that y'all are so rich. Why do you keep paying for mentorships? Like, you make $400,000 a week. Why do you still keep paying mentorships? You know why? Because they're like, I made $400,000 a week, but I want to make $1 million in a day. So I'm going to go pay somebody $300,000 to spend one day with them to figure out how the fuck they made $1 million in a day. That's how they think. They will spend their last on information because they know the information is what takes them where they need to go. Somebody said they have money, they can do that. Are you fucking stupid? Like, are you stupid? You're so stupid for thinking that. You're so stupid for thinking that. How the fuck did you think they got that money, my love? How the fuck did you think they got that money? Instead of buying the mentorships, they started with the books. And then they started with the seminars. And then as they made more money, they continuously invested. The fact that you think, oh, they have money, that's why they can do that, is why you're where you are. Because you're so quick to give an excuse as to why you can't do it. Like, somebody say you said they're rich versus people that are not. A book is $25. Poor people, and when I say poor people, I mean poor-minded people will not even spend that money on the fucking book. They won't even spend that money on the fucking book. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. All that is excuses. Everything you keep thinking about is why this person has it and why you don't have it. At one point, that person was probably broker than you at one point. That's the crazy thing about it. The people that be making it and make mad money probably had it worse than you growing up. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. You feel me? Like, I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue. Like, the moment, like, you talking about you commenting on what I said. Clearly, you're commenting on your perception of what I said. You're commenting on your perception of what I said. You ever seen those ink blot tests where people could look at the same picture and see two different things? That's exactly what just happened. I just said one thing, and your perception and where you are mentally, you receive the information in a different way. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. People be afraid to invest because they are afraid of losing money. But what if I told you multimillionaires and billionaires lose more money than anybody else? What if I told you multimillionaires and billionaires lose more money than anybody else? You would stop being afraid of losing money then. Because you'll start to realize that in order to become wealthy, I have to be okay with risking money. Because guess what? Let me teach you something about Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett has over 400 stocks that he's invested in. Do you know only 10 of those stocks are successful? Now, there's a such thing as an 80-20 rule. So the 20% of those stocks is really holding up 80% of his portfolio. But can you understand that only 10 of his stocks are a success? Only 10 of his stocks are a success and the others are not. So clearly, he has learned how to lose money and be okay with it. Do you know that successful stock investors aren't even over 50% correct? they're usually like 35% correct, 40% correct. But because of their longevity in it, it adds up and they become more successful. You're going to probably fail more than you're a success. But when you do succeed, nobody's going to remember the failures. Michael Jordan missed more shots than he made, but he's considered a GOAT. All right? So what I want y'all to know today is that my class, The Seduction of Money, and my class, the Magnetism class, together cost $320.28. But for today, by itself, today alone, you can get it for $280. Today alone, you can get both my Magnetism class and you can get my Seduction of Money class. I have my own app for $280. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. Do not DM me if you are not payment ready. Please do not DM me if you're not payment ready. But look, this is what my website looked like that I built myself. I built this website myself, okay? So this is the Seduction of Money class. This is the Seduction of Money class on the website. The meridian points that I talked about, the seduction of money, aligning with the energy, me breaking it down, right? And I have an app too that you can watch these videos on the app. And then I also have the unlocking your magnetism. Now, one of the things that I talked about in unlocking your magnetism that I really enjoy was I talked about how your cortisol levels could actually affect how magnetic you are. And a lot of women and a lot of men don't know that your cortisol levels can do that. Look, high cortisol in women, managing high cortisol levels. Look, cortisol, if your cortisol levels are high, you're not going to be magnetic. Why is that? Effects of high cortisol. High cortisol levels are closely linked to increased stress or anxiety. Elevated cortisol levels can activate the body's fight or flight response, leading to a constant state of alertness. So I want you to understand that this ain't no little, oh, how to have riz or how to get the girl that you want. This is actually rooted in science. I want to create universities that teach people everything that they need, the skills that they need to be successful in real life. You see, school today teaches you how to be an employee. They don't teach you how to network. They don't teach you how to have an elevator pitch when you see an opportunity and how to sell yourself. They don't teach you that cortisol levels is what's causing you to not be as attractive, and it's causing fluid to be inflamed into your face, and it's causing you to grow weight within your body because of your increased stress levels. They don't teach you that. They don't teach you that all these things are connected. The higher your cortisol, the lower your money, because the more stress and anxiety you have, the less energy you have to manifest with, the less energy you have to attract with. Last time I checked, I don't like dating nobody that's always stressed or anxious. It's not attractive. It's not. It's not. It's not. You get what I'm saying? I'm looking at y'all. How can we reduce anxiety? Hold up. Do you offer 101? Yes, I do. DM me if you want to order 101. Somebody said, how can we reduce anxiety? Mindfulness, breathing, and working out. Mindfulness, breathing, and working out. Shit learned in a university cost me thousands to gain the info she's spitting. I'm telling you. Shit, I'm trying to tell you. So, what's stopping you from taking that next step? Everybody who's ready to take that next step, you're only going to get this deal today, $280. And the reason why my classes are $280 is because guess what? 28 is the number of wealth. And let me tell you what I mean. And GG33 taught me this. A lot of y'all don't know that I actually was mentored by a numerologist who does numerology for royal families, who does the numerology for NBA teams, who he literally got an NBA ring because he did the numerology for the Warriors. Strength in numbers. You feel me? And I was able to learn from him, and he taught me that 28 was the number of wealth. And I was like, how so? He says, look at the richest people in America. They're all born on the 28th. Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs' birthday added up to 28. The company Apple added up to 28. He says, you think that's a coincidence? He's like, why does Rolex always put the number 28 on their commercials? And I was like, damn, no way. No way. No way. I was like, no, bro, I got to see this. You're lying. I was like, you're lying. You're lying. You're lying. You're lying. Until I was like, what the fuck? He's not lying. What the fuck? I was like, yo, he's not lying. They all got 28 on it. Hold on. They all got 28 on it. 28. 28. I was like, yo, he's not lying. And then he was like, you know why I'm going to teach you numerology for free? I was like, why? Because your birthday. Your birthday says that you're influential, but also your birthday says that you're going to be rich. I said, how? Look at the year you're born, 1999. 1999 as of the 28th. Why do you think in 1999 gold stopped being backed by the dollar? Why do you think in 1999 the Matrix came out? Why do you think in 1999 Fight Club came out and they blew up all the banks? This is what I tell when I say this is what I mean when I say learn the seduction of money. Learn the deep history, the energy behind money. You want to make money? You need to become money conscious. You need to know where the fuck money came from. 13 is also a good number for money because guess what? Money starts with the letter M. M is the 13th letter in the alphabet. 13 is the number, the 13 branches. 13 is the number of control. 13 is the number of the matrix. All right? So, like I said, y'all, join the class today. DM me on TikTok right now. DM me on TikTok right now to join my seduction of money class. Join the TikTok right now. DM me. If there's any of my classes that you want to join, DM me. DM me. $280. Do not DM me if you're not payment ready, though. Do not DM me if you are not payment ready. Don't waste my time. I won't waste yours. You feel me? Somebody said, why do I need money? You see, a lot of y'all have this way of thinking. Yes, it does offer live webinars. A lot of y'all have this way of thinking that says, why do I need money? Do you know if money wasn't money, you still would have something to represent abundance? Money is simply just a physical manifestation of the abundance energy. So even if it wasn't paper money, there would still be gold. There would still be silver. There would still be something. There would still be something. Because abundance needs a physical manifestation. Yeah, don't DM me if you don't have payment. Like, just DM me when you're ready. Don't waste my time. Don't waste my time. Okay? So, I'm about to head off, but click the link in my bio. Make sure you guys